fish
and rice. Yeah. Sorry.
in the morning.
Yes. Like sushi in the morning.
What?
You know Nutella, right?
Of course I know Nutella.
In Japan, they don't know Nutella. You tell them, hey, do you know Nutella? They don't know Nutella.
What? You guys don't know what Nutella is? Oh my God, have you even lived?
Okay, so now I think we are going to talk more about traveling, because you are a traveler, right? You love to travel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, his face illuminating traveler. Okay, so do you actually remember the first time you traveled abroad or with an idea?
Oh, no, I was really young.
Yeah, right. So, okay, where have you been around the world so far? Like how many countries?
Oh, I don't know. I've been to...
Have you visited all the continents?
No.
Oh.
I haven't been to Australia. I haven't been to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't been to... Is Antarctica a continent?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe.
North Pole, isn't it? I'm not sure.
All
There's
right.
Is it 7 or 8 continents? Damn.
I don't remember. Okay, that was the wrong question.
I feel so dumb right now.
It's just stuff we learn at school, but in the end we don't really use it so much. Okay, where have you?
Yes, but
basically?
I've traveled around Europe. I've been to America. Where else have I gone? I've been to the UAE. So I've been to Dubai.
Oh, wow.
So France, Italy, England, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to New York, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, San Francisco.
Angeles. So amazing how you pronounce. Can you say it again?
Los Angeles.
Oh, amazing. I would say Los Angeles. Or maybe it's my French accent again.
Yeah, I think it's just accent difference.
Okay. Yeah. And what about the Asian part, like Asian side of the world? Have you been there?
Izmir. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I was like,
I've been to Dubai, as I said.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Interesting. So what was like your favorite a country you went and you were like, wow, this is so amazing here. You were just like incredible.
I'm always stunned by Italy, to be honest. I really like Italy. Yeah.
Wow.
It's similar to... Listen, the food is amazing. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like, I don't know, when I went, last beautiful place memory I have of Italy was when I went to Lake Como. Mm-hmm. And the scenery and everything is just something else.
Wow. You mean comparatively to Istanbul, to Izmir, like Turkey?
I mean, look, maybe the thing is, if I was living in the UK all my life and I came to Izmir as a tourist or to Istanbul as a tourist, I'd probably be like, Istanbul is the best place I've ever been, or Izmir is the best place I've ever been. But because I was born and raised here, this is my home, I don't see it as something very different. Mm-hmm. But when you go to Italy, I find the mixture of the European culture, so the aesthetic of it, but also having some aspect of the Turkish culture where people are genuinely nice, they're warm, they're energetic, the food is nice, the weather is good, as good as it can get. I should say, like wintertime it's still like gets cold, but summertime it's warm, it's great to swim. And yeah, maybe it feels more homely to me. But obviously, saying all this, I've never been to Hawaii, which I want to go to. I've never been to South America, which I really want to go to. There's parts of Africa I'd like to see. So yeah, there's a lot of places I also haven't seen yet.
Sure. I'm just wondering, so when you travel, do you like to travel more like alone or with friends?
Uh, with a good bunch of friends, that would be great. Yeah, but
Yeah. So do you actually
it's better
get
to travel alone
Yeah.
than with the wrong people, though.
Oh, well.
If
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, do you actually get to, because when you are with friends, you tend to really, hang out with them and experience, but in the end, you don't really get to talk to the locals. So did you had any opportunities to make friends with local people, for example, in Italy or?
Not be friends, but I naturally have this tendency to talk to people anyway.
Mhm.
The problem is half the time when I go somewhere, people don't know English.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I try to say something. They're like, oh, what are you talking about? And I'm like, just with a few words, we try to communicate. And I'm like, trying to explain what I want. And they're like, and in the end, I'm like, just smile at them. I'm like, thank you. And at least, again, because of my body language, they start laughing as well. And it's like, yeah, okay. I mean, sometimes you do get the grumpy old man who's just like, what the hell is this foreigner doing here, sort of thing. Which is normal, I guess. Like, yeah, exactly. But you're gonna have those, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So actually, how do you approach people? Aren't you scared of, I don't know, you don't know anybody when you go to Italy, for example, or whatever, like when you are in a new country, you don't know anybody. How do you do to just, talk to them in the street or something like that? What kind of situation?
Depends on my situation, but I think I don't really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I just go for it. You know what I mean? It will be like, if I'm looking for a place I need to go to, or I'm like, what should I eat? And suddenly I need to learn which place is the best place to eat. I've got no problem in just suddenly stopping someone random from the first 5 meters around me or something and be like, hey, I've just arrived here. Like, do you know anywhere that's good to eat? And if you have a big smile on your face while you're asking the question, people it would be very unusual for somebody to say, just stay away from me. Like, if you're genuinely feeling positive asking the question, people work with vibes, you know what I mean? So
yeah, it's all about energies, right?
100%. If you're feeling awkward and you portray that awkward feeling, people will also feel awkward.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, forget about people. It's the same with animals, same with dogs. Like, if you approach a dog scared, it's more likely to bark at you than if you just put your hand out with confidence and it comes, sniffles your hand, and then you start stroking the animal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, all mammals, we operate the same, I think. It's if you're within yourself, just you're centered. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're not always going to feel confident, but just have the courage to be a better version of yourself. And if you get turned down, if you end up getting a bad energy, it's just like, okay, bye-bye, next person, just ask the next one. Like, there's always another person around, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Definitely, that's a good one. Have you had any kind of like culture shock when you were traveling? Like something you were like, wow, this is so strange, or oh, incredible, or
I must have. On top of my head, I can't remember right now. But
all right.
It must have been something in America, probably.
Oh.
I was like, probably like the only thing that comes to my mind right now in America is this portion size of food. Like,
yeah, American size.
We ordered burgers once, and burgers were big. I was like, is this the smallest burger you have? And
yeah, so everything is really big, and it's true.
Depends which restaurant you go to, but a typical American diner will be serving you massive portions here.
Yeah. That's very interesting, actually. Well, yeah.
It's like ordering fish and chips in the UK. Have you ever had fish and chips in England?
No, actually, I can't believe it, but yeah.
You didn't?
No.
So in England, like, obviously, it's like everybody knows what do you eat when you go to England? What's the English food? It's fish and chips, and that's the only food culture England has.
Yeah, true.
If you go to a fish and chip shop, a local fish and chip shop, you order like battered cod and some chips next to it. It comes in this bag, right? You go home, you open it up. The fish is just massive piece of meat with, I can't even explain how much potato you have next to it. It's probably enough to feed 4 or 5 people, but that's like one portion.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's incredible. Actually, I'm just kind of very curious about Turkish culture right now. Like, I'm just thinking, I don't know much about it. And what do you eat like for traditional breakfast in Turkey?
Oh, it's incredible. We have different sort of breads. We'll have some bread called simit. Well, simit or gevrek. In Turkey, it's known as simit. In Izmir, it's called gevrek.
Wow.
But it's the same thing. That's just the cultural difference, for example, of being in Izmir and Istanbul. And it's this round bread where the middle is empty. It's like a donut, basically. But it's not sweet. It's more salty. And people eat it with cheese. You eat it with jam.
In the morning?
In the morning, yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, it is really funny because actually it's kind of the same in Japan. You know, like in the morning they eat like fish with rice. Fish and rice. Yeah.
In the morning.
Yes. Like sushi in the morning.
What?
So funny, right? But even when you tell me like this bread is salty, for me in France, like
the bread isn't. It's not salty. Like, the only reason I'm saying it's salty because people have it with cheese that is normally salty.
Yeah,
so
cheese actually in the morning for me it sounds strange. Like depends actually.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. For me it sounds strange, but actually maybe in France we do eat cheese in the morning. To be honest, I feel like cheese is more like for lunch and dinner. To be honest, like a dessert, but yeah, usually.
What do you guys have for breakfast in France? Croissant.
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 Yeah, croissant ou pain au chocolat. Yes.
Yeah.
Pain au chocolat. So yeah, like just actually it's very sweet. I don't know why, but yeah, it would be more like like just baguettes, so the bread and the jam and some tea or coffee and yeah, here you go. Something like really really sweet. Or I guess the most common would be actually some milk and cereals, like for younger people. But I remember my chocolate cereals in the morning. Big bowl, and then the next one. Anyways, or just like I guess Nutella. Nutella is actually you know Nutella, right?
Of course, I know Nutella.
In Japan, they don't know Nutella. You tell them, hey, do you know Nutella? They don't know Nutella.
What? You guys don't know what Nutella is? Oh my god, have you even lived?
Exactly, it's so incredible, right? Nutella is just like holy chocolate, like it's incredible, right?
But there must be a substitute to Nutella that they use in Japan.
I would say it would be adzuki beans, maybe. It's like kind of sweet beans, like purple sweet beans, and it's just it's kind of the sweets in Japan actually are very healthy. It's kind of interesting, but I mean it depends because they eat a lot of shit as well. How to say, a lot of really processed food, but like it's incredible. Sometimes I'm really surprised. I'm like, is Japan really the most like healthiest country in the world when I see their diet? But for example, Okinawan culture. So Okinawa, do you know maybe Okinawa? It's like the southern part, southern island, and they are known to be the people who live the longest in the world. And people, when they ask them, hey, what do you eat? They just they eat actually a lot of vegetables, some meat and fish as well. But yeah, something like very healthy. So yeah, anyways, when it comes to really like traditional Japanese food, it's actually really healthy. But yeah, anyways.
When I'm 40, 50, that's where I'll move to extend my lifespan.
Yeah, but actually you've been vegan for a little while, and now you got back to, it was just too hard to keep it.
It wasn't too hard. It was
I mean, when it comes like socially speaking, it was just the word is not hard, but awkward. Yeah. I'd say. And I wasn't vegan, I was vegetarian for like 2 years. Oh wow.
Yeah, and now I'm eating meat, but I'm cutting out the dairy slowly. I'm not having dairy products as much as I used to. So milk, I'm completely no on milk. I can't even drink milk anymore.
Yeah, right. I think it's good.
Yeah, and when it comes to like
plant-based milk, like oat meat or...
Yeah, it's just really expensive in Turkey, so I just don't drink milk in Turkey at the minute. I sometimes do eat cheese, because I like cheese, but I need to stay away from it. But that's about it.
All right.
Yogurt, I don't eat any yogurt.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been so long I haven't eaten a yogurt. Actually, for me, it's all so long ago. But yeah, I used to eat all this stuff. I was like, wow. But now I became vegan. Like it's been like 1 year or so. And yeah, but it's...
You're vegan now?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know?
No way.
Oh. Okay, guys, it's been a while we didn't talk. Oh yeah, I've been vegan for 1 year or more. And yeah, it's really incredible.
I remember I put that idea into your mind.
Oh, I actually, it's you. I remember you talked. I think I was vegan before actually, but anyway.
No, you were making fish. You were cooking fish. You were making eggs for breakfast. I remember that you were saying this to me. So you were not vegan by then, but at that time.
Yeah, I remember actually. I remember I was in Konji. When we talked at that time, I was saying, yeah, in the morning I'm eating a lot.
Yeah. There was.
I remember, yeah. Actually, I went vegan like, but we are not going to go. Actually, we are always going to somewhere else. But
yeah, let's get back to the subject.
Yeah, okay. Let's not go into veganism too much. Okay, traveling, right? So yeah, cultural differences and all this stuff is so fun actually. What about actually for like traditional lunch in Turkey?
Traditional lunch?
Yeah.
For example, I wouldn't call it lunch, but you'd call it like, we have traditional dishes and we have so many traditional dishes. I can start with typical things everybody would know. So kebabs, donors.
Oh, kebab is actually Turkish.
Of course. And what else? We'd have chicken donors as well, I guess. And then you'd have, for example, Turkish pizza, which is either pide or gözleme, we call them. And it's this very fine bread. You can have, gözleme, you can have it with spinach, a special sort of cheese, it's called white cheese, which is quite salty. Or you could have it with potatoes inside. You could have it with meat inside, minced meat. It's the way it's made. You'll see like old women making the bread for it at the restaurant. and it will be this massive round circular bread.
Oh, interesting.
And then you put all the basically ingredients inside it, and then you fold it up, and then you cut it into pieces, and that's how it gets served. And then you also have pide, which is pizza originates from pide.
Oh,
pizza bread. Yeah. So
hey, amazing.
Everybody knows it as this one single like piece of bread that is quite tasty, but in Turkey, this is pide. I'll show you. So it's pizza, but the middle of it is open.
Oh,
so there could be
like
anything. Exactly.
Wow. You travel even when you eat. Incredible. Wow. Oh yeah, this is really interesting.
Yeah, that's a very Turkish dish.
And now
we have dolma, which is a pepper skin, and then inside the pepper, it's filled with rice and meat.
Oh.
So it's like a filling.
Yeah, interesting. Oh, I remember I had like this kind of stuff actually in France as well. But it wasn't pepper, it was tomato. In France, it's tomato, like filled tomato.
We put tomato as well. So.
Oh wow!
Like
oh, this is so good.
They're amazing.
Oh, they're amazing. Oh,
my grandma makes them really well.
Oh yeah! Wow,
yeah.
I have to come by someday.
Yeah, you should. You should.
Definitely. Okay, incredible. And do you have appetizer and then main and then like dessert, or is it kind of different?
I guess appetizer would, yes, we do. So, when it comes to food, Turkey has a massive culture, and one of the cultures would be, what do you call it? Tapas?
Tapas?
Turkish tapas. There's this culture where you go to a fish restaurant, and rather than ordering a main course, you'll order many different tapas in the middle. You'll have all these tapas which are plant-based, so you can have... I'm forgetting the name of the food now.
He's been in the UK for too long.
There's so many different types of food. I can't count them all, and I don't know the English name of them because it's Turkish. Okay. It's so English. But yeah, basically, you'll eat all these. You'll also have rakı. Rakı is like the Turkish alcoholic drink. I think it's similar to sake. In Japan, is it sake?
Yeah.
Sake.
Sake. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. It's similar to that. And then you'll have your main course. So as a starter, that tapas would be the Turkish starter of food. And the main course, obviously, we have so many different types of food.
Yeah.
And desserts with, oh my God. Again, we have so many options. My favorite one would probably be kazandibi.
Ooh.
I'm not sure how they do it, but you can have this with ice cream. My internet decides to work. I'm going to show you what it looks like.
All right. We are here, cheering up for you. You can do this.
Yeah. So this is it.
Oh, wow. It looks like sushi, actually. Oh, incredible. Yeah. What is this, actually? Is it chocolate? 違うね.
On top of it, no. The top part of it is the burnt part of the cream, the jelly.
Interesting.
I don't actually know how they do it. I know there's a lot of
you know how to eat, but not how to make it.
I know how to eat. I can eat. Do you cook? No, I eat. Yeah. And basically, the top part is the bottom of the pan that they cook it in, and that's the burnt edges. So when they take it out, they flip it over, and the burnt part comes to the top.
Oh, so it's really like a
Yeah.
trip, right?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm not a chef, so I'm not the best person.
Yeah,
to tell you all the
you're an
information
actor.
about what
We
this
cannot
stuff
be
is.
we cannot be
But
good at
yeah,
everything. All right.
exactly.
Just a couple more.
What does? Hang on, here we go. Kazandibi or kazan is a Turkish dessert and a type of caramelized milk pudding. It is
Oh.
developed in the kitchens of the Ottoman Palace and one of the most popular Turkish desserts today. It is traditionally made by burning the bottom of tavuk göğsü. Tavuk göğsü is chicken breast, but okay.
Wow.
A variant of kazandibi uses muhallebi instead, and muhallebi was pudding.
All right, pudding. Sounds good. Okay, just a couple more questions about traveling. Actually, like, do you have any kind of, how to say, memory of a challenging time, like something really like that was really challenging or difficult when you were abroad, like a time you were like, oh shit, or you know what I mean?
I definitely must have. I definitely have.
Yeah, when you travel, usually it's an adventure, right? So sometimes there's something coming to you and you're like, oh wow, how am I going to do? Or
sometimes, I mean, finance is always a problem.
Which one?
Planning finance.
Oh.
So you're traveling and you don't have money and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
But sometimes like just getting over friends, if you're traveling with friends and you're trying to plan something out, it can get pretty frustrating if people are not pulling their weight. If you have one car and there's 2 of you or 3 of you, you need to be able to be like, okay, where are we going? We need to plan this out. But it also becomes quite annoying when you end up making a plan and then halfway through the plan, somebody decides that they don't want to do the plan. So it becomes frustrating, you know?
Yeah, that's why I mostly travel alone.
That's why it's better to travel alone rather than with the wrong people. Because it's great if you're traveling with the right people. Everyone's in the same wavelength. Everyone's flowing. Everyone's having a great time. But what happens when you're traveling with the people that you don't necessarily
resonate with?
Match on? Yes, one person could be really extroverted, wanting to do everything. Let's go there, let's do this, want to do that. And another person will be like, guys, can't we just sit at the beach and chill all day?
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? So suddenly it's like, you need to mix and match.
Yes. Do you have any like a great memory, something that really makes your heart, you know, feel so warm and excited, or something like you're like, wow, I love the world, like this is so amazing, like kind of your highlights when you think of your traveling experience so far?
You know, I'm sure I have quite a few, but on top of my head, the one that comes to my mind is probably the one where when I was at university, we had a friend who studied in Milan.
Yeah.
And another friend of mine who studied in America flew over to her place in Milan. And months ago, we spoke, like when he was going over to Milan, I'd go to Milan from Manchester. But I already had said, like, guys, I'm not going to be able to make it. The flight tickets are way too expensive. I can't afford it.
Okay.
So he arrives in Milan. The day he arrives, he calls me and says, he's like, where the fuck are you? I'm like, what do you mean, where am I? I'm in Manchester. I told you I'm not coming. And he said, right, if I pay half of your flight ticket, would you come? I'm like, dude, shut up, you don't need to do that. And he was like, look, would you come here tomorrow morning if I got your flight ticket? You can pay me later, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. I mean, of course I would, but don't. I didn't think he was going to do it. So it's like, I'm in Manchester in my room studying, and it's like 8 p.m, 9 p.m, and I've suddenly got all these details coming to my phone. I've got a flight ticket in the morning to Milan.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, oh my
gosh.
God. So I straight away packed. And within a few hours, I was at the airport. I'm flying to Milan. And I'm suddenly, next morning, I'm in Milan having breakfast. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Wow.
But it's those moments. I think sometimes to have a great moment, it's not about planning it. Best moments are done when they're like, we're doing it. And it's like,
yeah,
what's going on? And you're really living in the moment with the excitement. Because otherwise there's some anticipation goes into it. You kind of know with the plan where things are going to go. It's the unknown that makes us quite excited. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, that's also really cool. Actually, it was a good friend, I guess.
yeah, Emre, he's pretty cool.
Okay, let's close up on just like 2 more questions, just about, because
Okay.
we are the 13th of December today, and it's almost, so yeah, the beginning of 2022. So I was wondering about what are your goals, New Year resolutions, as we say.
Well, basically, last year I had a New Year resolution, and it wasn't something massive, and I don't want to go out with big goals, because big goals, I don't think they're New Year's resolutions. They're what you want to do anyway. They're going to apply for every year. That applies for your life. So, but last year I told myself I wasn't going to really push myself too much on this, but I was going to read 12 books, because I've never been big on books. And so far, I'm halfway through my 11th book, and I've got one day to finish a book, but I'm not going to be able to finish 12 books. I'll probably finish the 11th book, and that will be it. But next year, I want to do another 12 if I can, because it's a good pace. I want to read more. And yeah, and also for next year, now I'm saying this, hopefully I don't end up getting bitten back if I don't do it, but I want to also start yoga.
This is like the social contract. Now you said it.
Listen, I've said it, I have to do it. It's pressure, right? You know what I mean?
It's same for me, that's why I'm telling to everyone, actually, I'm saying next year I'm fluent in Japanese, because now I'm just like, okay, I have to do it now.
Exactly. But listen, it's better to just have a goal, do what you can, but don't let it eat you up.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's all about just getting motivated.
Yeah, well, when you work with flow and surrender yourself to the circumstance. Don't push it through. Yeah. Just go with the flow. Yeah.
Go with the flow. That's a good advice. So what is it actually? So your second goal?
So I want to start working out again properly, yoga and everything.
Oh, okay. I didn't get this one. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I remember you were actually super into working out, and it was really amazing for you.
Oh, mentally it did me so well that period. I got really fit, but then I lost it all. And don't get me wrong, I'll probably end up getting fit again to lose it all again. But yeah.
All right. Yeah, I guess it's also getting fit and taking care of ourselves is really important to build confidence as well.
100%. If you know you look good, you'll feel good. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's right.
It's simple.
Okay, just one last question to finish with. What is your top advice to be happy in life? What do you think is the most important to do? I mean, if you see someone and you could give them just one advice for them to, fulfill their life. We have one life, so it's so short and stuff like that. So if you could give one advice to someone, how to be happy, because in the end, the purpose of life is to be happy, right? So how to get there?
it would be something along the lines of be patient and concentrate, on the moment. Because, like,
be present.
Be patient and be present, exactly.
All right.
So, if you're living in the future, you're going to be, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. You're constantly anxious. And if you're like living in the past, I should have done this, I should have done that, why didn't I say that? It's a depressive state of mind, you know what I mean? You're only, again, when it comes to that travel example, why was it such a, going to Milan, why was it so exciting? It was because it was on the spot. I wasn't thinking about what I was going to do the following week. I wasn't thinking about what I did last year or the exam I failed or anything. It was just, I'm going to Milan. It was present. That's what gets you excited. So even if what you're doing right now could be giving you anxiety, it could be finishing a book, right? Don't concentrate on...
I feel some pressure around.
Exactly. Like, but this is how I go about it, okay? It could be, if I need to finish this book and that's giving me anxiety, I don't stop concentrating on finishing the book and concentrate on finishing the chapter. If that's too much, concentrate on finishing and, I don't know, next couple pages. If that's too much, concentrate on finishing this page, and it goes on and on, What's that saying? There's that really... There's
no meaning anymore, right? For sure.
Yeah, there's that famous saying of some artist where he says, it's something along the lines of, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. No matter what you do, keep moving forward, or something like that.
Yeah,
and it's kind of that mentality, like, yeah,
just doing your best, basically, right?
Yeah,
and being in the present. All right, amazing. That was
bit of Thursday motivation.
Yeah. Incredible. Okay, amazing. Thank you so much for your time. And maybe the next time we are going to talk a bit more about maybe perhaps like how to make like, I want to talk a bit more about girlfriends, like foreign girlfriends, because you know a lot about it, right? And at the same time, about I know you, even if we met only once in real. And about confidence, I guess like both topics go really well together. So maybe next time we are going to talk about this, if you're fine with it. And thank you so much again.
No problem, Shannon. Always a pleasure. Okay, guys, this is apparently this is the end of our interview. So you might see me next time again, and there's a lot more
for sure
Shannon wants to talk about. So let's see. I'll definitely try to have better internet. And
thank you so much again.
That's all it was. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks, man.